there's been several damning revelations of a lot of forged signatures on the PPP candidates list per se. Persons nominating them for councillors have forged a lot of signatures. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Sherrod, first of all, thank you for having me. And I'm so grateful to be here so that I can inform the nation. We have seen throughout this entire country where the PPP is contesting for local government elections. They have signatures of persons who never gave their signature. They have forged persons' signatures. We also have cases where some of their candidates went around telling the people that they have to sign to get their streets done. In one case, I think it was in Linden, you had the case where they're offering scholarship and you have to sign up your name, and lo and behold, these persons are seeing their names and signatures appearing. And then there's the case where they just went to the voters list, picked some names and had someone sign for them. So that is the present situation throughout our entire country.
If persons would have suspected their names have been forged, as we've seen one young man telling, I think it was News Source over the weekend, he lives overseas, but yet his name is on a list and signature to boot is on the list as well. If persons feel a similar way, whether they're overseas or they're residing here in Guyana, what steps can they take?
Okay, first of all, persons need to go to the GCOM office where their names are on that particular list and officially write a simple letter saying that they did not authorize, they did not sign, and they would like to have their names removed. And after they're finished with that, they need to go to the nearest police station and make a report, because that's forgery.
And now that we've had lots of forged names and signatures on these lists, what should the authorities be doing? Because we recognize that GCOM has been very silent, for instance.
Well, Sherrod, I'm hoping that GCOM is silent because they're awaiting word from the commission. And you all know the commission will meet tomorrow. So let us see what comes out of tomorrow's commissioners meeting, and then we will probably pronounce on that.
I almost said the leader of the opposition referring to Mr. Jagdio. Maybe I am right. But he seemed to know more that's happening in the local government campaign for APNU, more than APNU people themselves. What is the mood on the ground as you know it?
Well, Sherrod, Barry Jagdio is Barry Jagdio, and he always likes to insert himself into things. However, I think the people are riled up. The people cannot wait for this election to prove what we have been saying. And Sherrod, you know, we have been on the recount in 2020, 33 days, and we know what we saw. And, you know, the evidence have not been thrown away, they're there. And everything that we have said, we see it come to pass in these preparations for local government elections. So I'm saying that this country needs to have, first of all, a clean voters list, and we got to start thinking of biometrics. We must have a clean voters list and biometrics, because if Barry Jagdio can publicly apologize to the dead relatives of somebody who signed their list, if persons who are living overseas haven't come to Guyana in years and signed this list, what it is telling us is that the list is dirty, and you know we have been saying that all the time. So it's time for GCOM to get its act together and to have that list cleaned, because you know, sometimes I'm wondering, is GCOM really an anonymous body? No, I don't think so.
Chief Scrutineer, if Alali woke up one day and said he wanted to go in the bell ground and do something he wanted to go, I don't know if it's signatures you were looking for or what have you. Finally, were you surprised at the depravity, the levels they will go to with all of the forgeries we're seeing?
No, I'm sure. I was not surprised, because if you follow me, we have been saying from day one that the PPP knows that we do not rig elections. It is the PPP who rigs elections. And this incident has vindicated us. They are the people. And what is alarming is that now, instead of them hide their heads in shame, hide their heads in shame, they are going now and threatening people to remove their names from our list. You know, And that is wrong. That is wrong. So I think GCOM at this stage, GCOM, the ball is in GCOM's court to make a decision on this particular issue and the way forward, because the APNU will not sit back and allow this to happen. We must get justice. Persons' rights were trampled on. You don't forge people's signature. That's a criminal act.
Forward ever. Finally, we're hearing now that they have to, try some way to correct these signatures. Big money being paid. Talk to us about that.
I'm hearing that it's $20,000 now they're paying for a signature. As a note, I said I'm hearing. So the desperation. You remember Jagdeo said that the whole country was red. So I don't know why they had to go to these means to get these signatures. If the whole country is red, why did you have to revert to these means of getting the signature, and now you're paying $20,000 for a signature to help to correct your list?